From Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth, Massachusetts, the YD Red Sox hit the road for the second time this season as they take on the Falmouth Commodores after picking up their first win at home at Red Wilson Field yesterday night. Poley joined alongside by Perri, Kitei. Perri, yesterday the offense for YD really got going early on. 5 runs early in the victory for the Red Sox against the Brewster Whitecaps yesterday, something they're going to look to continue to do here in this 4th game of the season after their first couple of games that offense really lacked early on.
Absolutely, Luke. They got the bats going early. They were hitting up and down the lineup. I spoke to Coach Pickler about it, and he said he thinks his players just relaxed a little bit. He told them, chill out and just enjoy yourself. Have fun. Don't chase. Don't go for that huge hit. Just enjoy yourself, relax, step up to the plate with confidence, and that's what they did yesterday, winning what turned out to be a hitting battle down the stretch with the Brewster Whitecaps.
And they will take on a Falmouth Commodores team that comes into this game 1-1-1 on the season. Falmouth picking up the victory yesterday. They are 0-1-1 in interleague play so far, and have a matchup with a cross-division rival as the Red Sox have headed west towards the canal and are here in Falmouth at Gov Fuller Field. Pretty good crowd on hand here for this 6 p.m. start time. Red Sox will bat first, and their lineup with the red tops and white bottoms. Nathan Archer back in the leadoff spot in left field. Brady Day hits second at second base. Max Vieira at shortstop. He hits third. Hunter Hines in the cleanup spot today. He is DHing. Jacob Christian, who delivered yesterday offensively, is the first baseman, and he bats fifth. Casey Cook, who came in late yesterday as a defensive substitution, will get his first looks at the plate as a member of the Red Sox. He's out in right field. Mitch Voigt plays third and hits seventh. Connor Dykstra, also a new guy into the lineup for Scott Pickler. The catcher will hit eighth, and Enzo Apodaca rounds out the order in center field. Isaac Tiger on the mound for Falmouth. Winds up and delivers the first pitch. It's slapped the other way foul by Archer for strike one as we go underway here at 5:58 p.m. from Falmouth. Tiger committed to play next season for the Kansas Jayhawks. 0-1. And that snaps the low part of the zone for strike two. 93 and 94. A couple of fastballs to start things off for Tiger, who is a draft prospect for this upcoming summer's draft. Ahead 0-2 on the Red Sox leadoff hitter Nathan Archer, and pitch chopped up the middle. This ball's going to get through for a base hit. Nathan Archer, who has been phenomenal for the Red Sox offensively throughout the early part of this season, gets YD going early on with a base hit chopped up the middle, and that brings in Brady Day with a runner on first and nobody out.
And with that hit, Archer is officially batting .500 to start things off. That's 6 for 12 through these first few games.
Brady Day, redshirt sophomore from Kansas State, stands in as a pickoff move over to first base. Sees Archer jump back with a slide. Yesterday, Day was hitless, 0 for 4. First pitch flies outside for ball one. Another fastball that time, 93 miles an hour from the right-hander Isaac Tiger.
Day just 1 for 11 so far. Made that one count. It was a double, but has been struggling early on at the plate.
1-0 pitch up high above the shoulders for ball two. Got a fake throw over towards first from Austin Kelly, but does not throw down.
Day was an all Big 12 honorable mention and Big 12 alternator.
Snap throw to first, and it would have been a close play, but Charlie Condon couldn't hold on.
Big 12 all-tournament team member for Kansas State.
2-0, righty on lefty from the stretch. And pitch. Slapped up in the air and foul out of play. That ducks away into the woods to the left side here of Allen Diamond at Gov Fuller Field. 2 balls and a strike to Brady Day, the Red Sox second baseman out of Hempstead, New Hampshire. Pitch. Fastball above the hat bill for ball three. Isaac Tiger lost the hat on that pitch, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Brady Day. Two-step lead over on first from Archer, swinging his arms back and forth. The payoff pitch, hit on the ground up the middle, snagged on the mound by Tiger, throws to second for one and on to first. It's a 1-6-3 double play, and it clears out the base paths.
Unfortunate placement, almost an identical hit to Archer's, but didn't get that bounce past the pitcher. Was just snagged by Tiger. Pretty simple, easy play for Falmouth to start things off here.
So that clears the bases, and 2 gone for Max Vieira, who hits in the 3 spot today for YD. Was in the cleanup yesterday, had 2 hits. First pitch on the way to the righty, and he takes a fastball right down the heart of the plate for strike 1. 95 miles an hour that time from Isaac Tiger. 95 miles an hour would slot Tiger into the top 10 list for hardest pitches thrown in the Cape League so far, as the 0-1 pitch drops low. 1 ball, 1 strike. That list came out earlier today. Connor O'Hara, the only Whitey Red Sox player that was a member of that. Vieira choked up, 1-1 pitch, pushed foul on the right side. Liner that spins its way to the sidewall, and it's 1-2.
Through these first few games, YD has been hitting extremely well up the lines, been grounding it, hard contact, up the first baseline, the third baseline. They've seen a lot of success in those areas, but have also been fouling those directions, usually multiple times in each at-bat before finding that spot.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Max Vieira. Facing off against Isaac Tiger out of Butler County Community College. The wind and pitch. Fastball down low at 95, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned Tiger's commitment to Kansas is a draft prospect as well. Was pitcher of the year in his conference in JUCO. Reports of his fastball this spring being all the way up to 100 miles an hour. 2-2. Breaking ball low, and Vieira lays off. It's been a lot of fastballs so far. That time he went to the slider. And Vieira takes in the dirt to fill the count. Bases empty, and 2 outs in a scoreless game in the top of the first. Here's the wind and the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Vieira went about 2/3 of the way around, but it was enough to cross the plane, and the side is retired in the first. YD gets a hit from Nathan Archer, but it's immediately wiped away by a double play, and we are scoreless as Isaac Tiger faces the minimum in the top of the first inning. We'll be back. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Bottom of the first inning here from Falmouth. Luke West, Poley, Perri, Kitei alongside. Scoreless game between YD and the Falmouth Commodores. Gavin Keelan leads off for Falmouth. He plays at short. Commodores lineup will be hitting against Matt Fernandez, who makes his first appearance of the season for YD.
Fernandez has really been making his way up through the college ranks, started at Miami-Dade Community College before transferring to Florida International University and now plays at Pitt. Found himself at a Power 5 conference.
The windup and the first pitch is on the way. It's a curveball that drops low at 72 miles an hour for ball one.
Fernandez just 29 innings pitched this season, mostly out of the bullpen. However, he did start 2 games.
The 1-0. Slow chopper over to first, fielded cleanly by Jacob Christian, and he will flip over to Fernandez, who covers the base and taps on it for out number 1. Christian Martin hitting second for Falmouth. 3 for 12 so far in this Cape League season. Virginia Tech Hokie.
Has 3 RBI and 3 walks to go along with it.
First pitch, popped up foul behind home plate, 0-1. Hit .345 this season for the Hokies. He's finished up his sophomore year there out of Amherst, Virginia. 5'10" lefty, 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball never dropped, 1 ball, 1 strike. A lot of Virginia Tech guys on this active roster for Falmouth. As the 1-1 pitch comes in. Low and away in the other batter's box, 2 balls and a strike. 81 miles an hour from the right-hander, Matt Fernandez. The glove along the shoulder, he now sets up and winds the 2-1 pitch. Just misses atop the zone, and it's 3-1 to the 2-hitter in the Falmouth lineup, Christian Martin.
Martin's a Virginia native, stayed at home to attend Virginia Tech University. Was born in Lynchburg, Virginia.
The 3-1. And that's in there for strike 1. Little bit of drop to that ball as it found its way into the top part of the zone. The count is full with the bases empty and 1 out in the bottom of the first. Still on the mound, Fernandez now into the windup. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Pulled the string with the off-speed, 82 miles an hour. Martin can't connect. First strikeout for Fernandez. And there's 2 gone in the bottom of the first. Charlie Condon now standing in. First baseman for Falmouth out of the University of Georgia. Here comes the first offering. Popped up, maybe getting to the shallow outfield, right side up the line, coming over from right field, a diving effort made, and the catch from Casey Cook retires the side. Cook gets his first start out there in right as a member of the YD Red Sox, making it happen in the field, and that ends the inning. After 1, we are scoreless from Gov Fuller Field between the YD Red Sox and the Falmouth Commodores. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Four, 5, 6 coming up for YD in the top of the second inning. Luke West Poley, Perri Kitei alongside. Thanks so much for joining us. Game number 4 of the 2023 summer season for the YD Red Sox. Hunter Hines leads off. Had a breakout game yesterday after a bit of a tough start for him. Hit a home run and a double. First pitch to him on the way. It's grounded over right side of the infield. Diving effort at second base by Martin, but it whips through into right field for a base hit.
I can't say enough good things about the way Hunter Hines has been playing recently. After starting off 0 for in the first few games yesterday, he was 3 for 4 with a monster home run, a no-doubter off the bat. And today, starting things off strong again. Christian also hit a home run yesterday, and YD got things started early.
Jacob Christian at the plate. First pitch to him, and it hit him. Got it on the elbow. And so now a bit of a jam for Isaac Tiger, who gave up a leadoff single in the first and then immediately got a double play out of it to clear out the bases. Now he's got first and second to deal with and nobody out, and it's the first at-bat of the summer for Casey Cook. Digging into the lefty box, UNC Chapel Hill Tar Heels stands in, corner infield, creeping onto the grass for Falmouth. First and second, nobody out in the top of the second. First pitch, snap low and away for ball one, 90 miles an hour. A little bit taken off that one from Tiger, who sat in the mid-90s in inning number one. Long hold, set just above the belt. Hines on second, now the pitch. This ball hit pretty well, straight away center, backing up. Tracy is there, just shadowed towards the left center gap, makes the catch, and fires in quickly, preventing any tags, one out.
Brings up Mitch Voigt, the designated hitter for the day. The freshman out of Michigan has been so solid so far, both in the field and at the plate. 3 for 8 on the season. Recently received an invitation to the USA U20 national team camp.
First and second, one out. Corner infield still a little bit in for Falmouth. First offering is a breaking ball that finds the low inside corner for strike one. Voigt 3 for 8 this season. Scored a pair of runs. Choked up maybe a knuckle on that bat. And he's wiggling in the righty box. 0-1 pitch, pushed the other way, foul. And it's 0-2.
Not even a flinch from the YD first base coach over there. I would have been covering my head. It came pretty close. He just stood exactly where he was. Gotta respect it.
So no balls, 2 strikes to Voigt. Set at the letters. Tiger takes a long look at second, now deals. It's a breaking ball down, squeezed in between the legs by Kelly behind the plate, and it's 1-2. For Mitch Voigt, he's 3 for 8. All of his non-hits have been strikeouts. He's got 5 of them, so when he's put the ball in play, it's been a hit every time this season. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Voigt. The deal. Off the end of the bat, foul sharply over to the Falmouth dugout.
Voigt is a rare two-way player. In addition to batting .267 this season in 54 games played, he had a 3.25 ERA in 19 appearances on the mound, including 5 saves.
1 ball, 2 strikes to him. Now the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. The 94-mile-an-hour heater over the outside half of the plate, and Voigt can't connect. Tiger has dealt with these base runners well. After having first and second, nobody out, he retires the next 2 hitters, and no one has advanced yet. Connor Dykstra now will make his debut for the Red Sox.
The lone foreign player on this roster out of Chilliwack, British Columbia, the Canadian steps up to the plate for the first time.
Plays collegiately at George Mason, a team that performed pretty well at the regionals. First and second, 2 gone. To the righty, the first pitch. The fastball that flames the top part of the zone for strike 1, 93 miles an hour. From the third base side of the rubber, a look back at second base from Tiger. Now the pitch. Lifted up, foul territory, right side. This is going to get into the bleachers. And it lands foul.
Dykstra was hit by a pitch 21 times this season. That was good for 3rd in the Atlantic 10 Conference.
Behind in the count, 0-2 here. Tiger looking to get out of this inning. Spinning the ball in the right hand, he now sets up. Here's the deal. Bounces in and it gets by. Kelly chasing it to the backstop. Both runners jog up 90 feet, and now there's 2 in scoring position for YD. Moves the count to 1-2 to Dykstra. And the right-handed swinger in an RBI opportunity here in his first at-bat. Enzo Apodaca in the 9 spot is on deck for YD. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs and 2 in the scoring position for the Red Sox in a scoreless game. Tiger takes a breath. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 90 miles an hour on the fastball, tied it up on Dykstra, brought it into his body, and the side is retired in the top of the 2nd. Red Sox get 2 base runners, bring them into scoring position, but we still do not have the game's first run. Scoreless as we head to the home half. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 2nd inning here from Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth. 4-5-6 coming up for the Commodores. No score between they and the YD Red Sox here in the 4th game of the season for each of these 2 teams. Scott Bandura at the dish. Left-handed swinger. First pitch to him on the way. And it's a breaking ball framed on the low part of the zone by Dykstra for strike 1.
Bandura had a breakout season for the Princeton Tigers. Made it up to 2nd all-time for a bunch of program records.
0-1 pitch. Just off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. 76 miles an hour on the gun. That time from Fernandez.
After this season, he's tied for 2nd all-time at Princeton in runs scored in a season, hits in a season, and all-time home runs in a season.
1-1 offering. Down in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Unanimous all-Ivy selection. Bandura for a pretty deep Ivy League this year. 6'4", 190 left-handed swinger. Leading off this bottom of the 2nd. The 2-1 offering. Breaking ball pushed the opposite way pretty well, but now coming in, Nathan Archer, after taking a couple steps back, short of the warning track, he makes the catch for out number 1. Reads have been a little bit iffy at times from these outfielders. Not sure if that's from sight lines or what, but we've seen a couple of guys take a step or 2 in one direction and then fly the other way on some balls hit to the outfield. Ross Highfill at the plate. Mississippi State Bulldog, first pitch to him. Clips the inside corner for strike 1. 3 for 9 on the Cape so far with a double, a home run, and 4 runs scored.
Pretty solid stat line.
From the belt kick and deal, the 0-1. Punched out into right center field, coming on Apodaca, and leaning forward makes the catch on the run for out number 2.
Apodaca has been everywhere the last 2 days. Yesterday, played the hero not once, not twice, but 3 times, making diving grabs or a fence home run stealing grab. He's been struggling at the plate, but in the lineup because of his abilities in the field.
First pitch to Mike Handel. Snaps the glove in there for strike 1. Apodaca has played everywhere in the outfield, all 3 spots. Handle the Fairfield Stag, batting in the 6th spot. 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off the helmet of Dykstra behind the plate and falls behind 0-2. Bases empty, 2 outs. No score in the bottom of the 2nd inning. YD and Falmouth cross-divisional play here in the Cape League. 0-2, here comes. Way up high. 87 miles an hour. That one just got a little bit away of Fernandez, ticked out of the glove of Dykstra and just trickled towards the backstop.
Handel was an All-MAAC second-team selection out of Fairfield University this season.
The 1-2. Breaking ball just above the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hit .314. Grad student out of Garden City, New York. Has the count even at 2-2. A lean forward and now a wind-up from Fernandez. The pitch. Popped up behind our heads out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still to Handel. Fernandez has a strikeout, a groundout, and 3 flyouts. That's what he's drawn through an inning and 2/3. The 2-2 pitch. Down in the dirt. Handel lays off.
Handel holds the program record at Fairfield for runs in a single game. He scored 6 when they played Mount St. Mary's this season.
Righty on lefty. The 3-2, here comes. Tipped foul. Into the screen. Screen extending all the way up just past the far side of each dugout. And on the right side, there's bleachers that are not fenced off from the field here at Gov Fuller. The 3-2. Slow chopper right at the mound. It's picked up by Fernandez, and he underhand flips to first. And that's the out to retire the side. Still scoreless. It's been 6 up, 6 down for Falmouth through 2 innings. And we head to the 3rd here from Gov Fuller Field. YD back to the plate when we come back. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Top of the 3rd inning here from Gov Fuller Field. Luke West Poley, Perri Kitei alongside. Enzo Apodaca leads off for YD, who've got the 9-1-2 hitters due up.
Apodaca yet to record a hit this season.
First pitch to him is in there for strike 1, 91 miles an hour. Club legend Brady, the bat boy for YD, honored here mid-inning. 0-1 pitch. This one tagged out into left field, coming across his handle, and he makes the catch on the pick. That ball dropped in for a base hit. Tough to see over there down the line, but it is a base hit for Enzo. And that's the 3rd hit of the game for the Red Sox. And that brings up the top of the order in Nathan Archer.
Solid contact on that. The Commodores had no play on it.
Archer 1 for 1 with a single. At a step and a half, the lead for Apodaca on first. First pitch to Archer, bumped foul behind home. 86 miles an hour to the Bowling Green Falcon. Isaac Tiger has had base runners in each of the first 2 innings to deal with. He's done pretty well for himself. Hasn't given up a run yet. 2 hits and a hit by pitch. Throw over to first. Apodaca with more of a fall on first than a slide, but is back in plenty of time. No balls and a strike to Nathan Archer. The pitch, bunt is squared, it's put down right in front of home, right up the third base line, bare hand, and it's eaten up by Aze. It's a bunt single for Nathan Archer. Everybody's safe.
We've seen Archer square the bunt at the beginning of his at-bats and then pull back and let it fly. This time, got the bat around, laid it down, a surprise, caught the Commodores off guard, and his speed, he easily beat that out down the line.
Michael Eze at third base, who came in on it, called off the pitcher, and Isaac Tiger just barehanded it and ate it, had no reason to throw to first. Brady Day at the plate, first and second, nobody out. Corner infield in, bunt is squared, it is down right in front of home, picked up by the catcher, and Kelly, he throws over to first. It's a high throw, and it's beaten out by Day. Wow. So Kelly got to that ball rather quickly. He had plenty of time to throw to first. Threw it a little bit high. Condon had to jump for it, got it, and came down on the bag. But Day is able to leg it out, and now 2 bunt hits following the Enzo Apodaca single for YD. Bring up the 3-hitter Max Vieira with the bases loaded and nobody out.
What an unbelievable hustle from Day down the line. Beat that out by half a step. And Coach Pickler playing small ball early.
Corner infield in for Falmouth. First pitch, flied foul. Vieira, a guy no stranger to driving runners in, had 46 RBIs for the Seton Hall Pirates during the spring. Middle infield and double play depth. Falmouth willing to take 2 outs for a run here. 0-1. Chopper over to first, over the head of Charlie Condon, who leaped up. 1 run scores, getting waved around third. The second is in. On his way to third, Brady Day slides in safely, and it's a 2 RBI single for Max Vieira as the Red Sox strike first in the third.
Such an unlucky bounce there for Charlie Condon at first. Even with his height and a nice jump, couldn't snag that in the air. Super well placed down the line, and we've just seen YD's speed early on here, how that can affect a game. Now they lead 2-0.
So Hunter Hines at the plate. First pitch to him is a fastball in there for strike 1. Rather the off speed there, that was 87 miles an hour. A little bit more gas behind that one than the usual off speed from Tiger. 0-1 count to a man who had 2 extra base hits yesterday in Hunter Hines. The deal. Popped up and foul behind home plate over the screen and out of play. So no balls and 2 strikes to Hunter Hines, who's already singled in this game. From the stretch. A nod and now the pitch. High the letters for ball 1.
Hines DHing today for the Red Sox. That's what he did all season at Mississippi State, earning himself first-team All-SEC honors after such a solid power bat all season. 22 home runs.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Waving the bat slightly in the lefty box. Now the pitch. Down low, it's squeezed by Kelly, and the count is even at 2. Scoreboard indicates an error. That would be on the single from Brady Day, the bunt hit. That may instead be ruled an error. The official statistician has not updated it yet. 2-2. Another chopper to first, and it gets by Condon again. Reached his glove out, but it was too far from the reaches. Holding up at second, Vieira content to stay put there, but a run scores. And it's an RBI single for Hunter Hines, who collects another ribby to his name.
Deja vu for Condon, leaping for that again, just inches above his glove. 2 plays in a row. So tough to watch that go by. And YD, runners on first and second, they lead 3-0 here in the top of the third.
3-0 Red Sox. And now at the plate, Jacob Christian, with runners on first and second. Corner infield at the grass. First pitch, waved at and missed for strike 1. 94 miles an hour that Christian couldn't catch up to. Was 3 for 11 coming into this game. He was hit by a pitch early in his first at bat. Hanging the arm, now setting up from the stretch. Tiger takes a look at second, a pretty sizable lead from Vieira. Now the pitch home. Hit up in the air, right field, coming over a long way. Bandura's camped underneath it, makes the catch for out number 1. Runner tagging from second to third will get in there safely as the throw is cut off at second. It's a fly out for Jacob Christian that moves the runner from second to third, and that puts him on the corners. And there's 1 out in the top of the third for Casey Cook. Cook, the left-handed swinger, in his first at-bat as a member of the Red Sox, flew out to center. Still from the stretch, the first pitch from Tiger. Down low for ball 1. Kelly did his best on the frame, but just beneath the zone there.
Cook just finished up his redshirt freshman year for the Tar Heels. 70 hits to his name.
Heading the count 1-0, choked up on the bat. The pitch. Check swing, and that pitch found the zone anyway on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Cook definitely held there, but that ball was on the corner of the zone, and so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. Bunt is squared. It's missed as Cook just pushed by it. And so now he falls behind in the count 1-2. Next 3 guys in the order, Cook, Voigt, and Dykstra from YD, the only members of the order not to reach base. Now the pitch, high above the shoulders, to even the count of 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pick is testing the Commodores here early, waiting for them to make a play on these bunts. He loves that surprise attack.
Choked up a little more on the bat, Cook. A nod on the mound. Now the pitch bounces in for ball 3. Mitch Voigt on deck for YD. One of 3 strikeout victims from Tiger his first time up. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. In a 3-0 game led by YD in the third. The pitch fouled off into the screen right behind home. So still 3 balls and 2 strikes to Cook. Trying to stay alive and keep this at-bat going. A tall stance in the lefty box. Slight knee bend to it. The knee lift and the pitch. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw down to second is high, and it is not in time. Runner from third breaks to home and scores. It's a delayed steal, and it works out for YD. Hunter Hines swipes the bag. Doesn't have a whole ton of those to his name, but it also brings in a run.
Hines had 0 stolen bases this season at Mississippi State. As you can see there, not a ton of speed to him, but the throw was late and high, giving him just enough time to slide in there safely.
So the delayed steal pays off. That makes it 4-0 YD. Runner on second now. And the first pitch hit, lined out to center field, coming over on it and making the catch. Tab Tracy retires the side as Mitch Voigt put down for the second time. And that retires the top of the third. YD plates 4, and it is 4-0 Red Sox as we head to the home half here on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Red Sox have hopped on the Falmouth Commodores, bottom of the third inning, and it's 4-0 YD. Poley, Perri, Kitei alongside. 7, 8, 9 coming up in the Commodore order. We started off by Michael Eze. First pitch to him, he squares to bunt, pulls it back as the pitch flies in the dirt for ball one. As a member collegiately of the Georgetown Hoyas, played in the Big East tournament. One ball, no strikes. The windup and pitch inside for ball two. Two groundouts, a strikeout, and 3 flyouts so far for the top 6 in the Falmouth order. 2-0 pitch. High at the shoulders for ball 3, and Eze in command to be Falmouth's first base runner here at 3-0.
Eze plays at Georgetown, a product of the Hill School, the rival of my high school, Lawrenceville.
3-0, and it ticks away outside for ball 4. Falmouth's got their first base runner. It's a 4-pitch walk dealt out by Matt Fernandez. And that brings in Austin Kelly, the catcher from Lipscomb. So Kelly standing in, making his second appearance. He's 0 for 3 this summer at the plate. Third base in on the grass for YD. The pitch in there for strike one. No balls and 1 strike. Kelly, the left-handed swinger. From the stretch, Fernandez nods, now pitches. Bounced in and stopped between the legs by Dykstra, and it's a ball and a strike. Kelly made it to Lipscomb by way of Northwest Florida State College. Hit .296 for the Bisons this year. Snap throw to first. Semi-close play, but the runner is back in time.
He was slugging .685 at Lipscomb with 4 doubles, a triple, and 12 home runs in 2023.
The 1-1 pitch, high and away for ball 2. Fernandez climbs back onto the mound. YD in their road reds. YD on the left part of the chest, and the upper part, number in the lower right. The nod, the 2-1 pitch. Looper out in a shallow left field. Archer coming way in, but now camped underneath, makes the squeeze for the first out as he retreats to first. Tab Tracy now digging in, the center fielder, hitting in the 9 spot for Falmouth and head coach Jeff Trundy. 326 hitter collegiately from Texas A&M. First pitch to him. Below the zone for ball 1.
I have to say, I love a good name alliteration. In my family fantasy football league, my mom...
Snap throw to first, and nothing generated. A tag and a slide back safely by Eze.
She tries to only draft players with alliterations in their name.
1-0 pitch. Bounces in, trickles away behind the plate from Dykstra, and Eze moves up a base. He scoots into second safely. So a runner into scoring position with 1 out and a 2-0 count to Tab Tracy. Tab is his real name. It is not a nickname. Tab Michael Tracy. Had a brother who played golf at Houston. His father and grandfather both played football at Houston. He's from Houston, but elected to go the Aggie route at Texas A&M. The 2-0. Breaking ball beneath the zone for ball 3.
Tracy appeared in 24 games this season for the Aggies of Texas A&M. 43 at-bats in 2023.
Wiggling the bat in the lefty box, ahead 3-0. Open base at first with a runner on second. Now squares to bunt, pulls it back. Pitch finds the low part of the zone for strike 1. 84 miles an hour that time on the gun from Fernandez. 4-0 game. Red Sox out in front in the bottom of the third inning. Runner on second with one out in a 3-1 count. Back onto the rubber. Fernandez deals. Pushed foul up the left side. I think that ball escaped into the woods, and that fills the count. Three balls, two strikes. Tracy resting the bat on the left shoulder, adjusts the helmet, and is now ready. A look at second and now home. Fernandez pitches, chopper up the middle, charging in from short. Vieira has it, sidearms onto first, and it's in time to beat out the speedy Tracy by half a step. Runner moves from second to third. And so with two out, that flips the lineup over for Gavin Keelan.
Solid play from Vieira, charging that ball immediately, throwing from the slot, gets the runner. Eze advances to third, the first Commodore to do so today.
First pitch, down low, and a check swing for ball one to Keelan. One ball and no strikes to the Louisville Cardinal. Runner on third would be Falmouth's first run. 1-0 pitch. Finds the top part of the zone for strike one. Keelan, 13th round pick last summer by the Boston Red Sox. 1-1 pitch. Outside, fake back pick to third, but no one's covering the bag. Voigt is playing a little more off the line for YD. And so it's a 2-1 count to Keelan, native of Milton, Wisconsin. Steps into the box, the 2-1 pitch. Lifted foul behind home.
I imagine it was a tough decision for Keelan to turn down the Red Sox offer. He grew up a Red Sox fan. His favorite athlete is David Ortiz.
Elected to go the college route. Just finished up his freshman year with the Cards. 2-2 pitch. Bounces and kicks away from Dykstra. High in the air to the backstop. The run's going to come in to score. So Eze makes it home safely. And it's now a 4-1 ball game with YD out in front in the bottom of the third. Full count and two outs to Gavin Keelan. The bases are now empty. Now pitching from the windup, Fernandez deals. Pushed over to short on the one hop into the breadbasket. Vieira fields, fires, and it's in time to first for the third out. So Falmouth gets one back as Michael Eze walks, comes all the way around to score no hits, and one run for the Commodores in the bottom of the third inning, and it's 4-1 YD as we head to the fourth. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
Top of the fourth here as the Falmouth Commodores bit back. It's 4-1 YD. Catcher Connor Dykstra coming up to the plate for his second time around. 0 for 1 on the day. Strikeout swinging. And he takes the first pitch of the at-bat low for ball 1. Dykstra out of George Mason. Today's his first appearance for the Red Sox. Ball 2 comes in high. Tiger starting off behind in the count. Dykstra displaying patience at the plate. Ball 3 misses high. Same spot as the last one. Defense playing on the edge of the grass. Fourth pitch finds the zone for strike 1. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss from Dykstra. Full count. Tiger taking his time, making his way back to the mound after that ball in the dirt had to be replaced. Home plate umpire cleaning off the plate. And Dykstra steps back into the batter's box. Deep breath from Tiger. Kicks and deals. Swing and miss from Dykstra. He goes down swinging for the second time today. Enzo Apodaca in the 9 spot coming up for the Red Sox.
Tiger, a guy who's really fastball heavy, but has done a really good job getting swing and miss, especially early on, looking to get back to what we saw from him in the first couple of innings.
Apodaca takes the first pitch down low for ball 1. He's 1 for 1 on the day with a blooper to left field, a single in his first at-bat. His first hit of the Cape Cod season. The pitch, and up the middle, gets through to the outfield. Just snuck by Martin, the second baseman, and Apodaca 2 for 2 on the day. Bandura gets it in quickly from right field. And we turn over the lineup. Nathan Archer back up to bat, laid down a surprise bunt for a single in his last at-bat. Apodaca, big lead at first. Tiger checks him. Deals, runner goes. Not in, the throw is in a time. Apodaca got a bit of a late jump in that throw, beat him by a mile. First out retired for the Commodores.
Yeah, I wonder if the hit and run sign was on there as Archer took a big swing at that ball.
Past ball 1. Counts 1-1 to Archer now. The pitch, Archer swings, well hit ball towards right center, going back to the fence, and it's out of here. Nathan Archer, second home run of the season. He watches that one fly by as he trots the base path. YD leads 5-1 here at Fuller Field.
That ball was hammered. Hit it to a perfect spot, a gap shot. That ball stays in the park. It's in double, maybe triple territory for the speedy Nathan Archer, but despite a guy who's in your leadoff spot, who's maybe in a spot that's more known for contact and speed, he's now got a couple of home runs this year already through 4 games.
His second day in a row with a home run. Same spot as well, that right center field. Deepest part of the park doesn't matter for Archer. Brings up Brady Day. Fouls one back into the fence. Counts a 1-1 with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. As the Red Sox are on the road facing Falmouth. Tiger slings it in. Strike 2. Day also laid down a bunt in his last at-bat, beat it out. This time chops it back foul towards the Falmouth dugout. Tiger stares down his batter, winds, deals, and a blooper up the center. Picked up, and the play is made by Keelan over to Condon. That will retire the side, but YD heads to the bottom of the fourth, up 5-1 here at Fuller Field. Thanks for listening to the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Bottom of the fourth at Fuller Field, the Red Sox leading the Commodores 5-1. Christian Martin at the plate takes ball one for his second time around. He's 0 for 1 today on a strikeout swinging. Shadows starting to creep over the field. The pitch. An off speed in there for strike one. Fernandez kicks, the pitch on the way. Contact. It's heading shallow out towards center field, and it drops. Picked up by Nathan Archer, who quickly gets the ball in, but that's a blooper single for Christian Martin. Falmouth with a leadoff runner aboard.
And there goes the no-hitter. It's been a strong outing so far for Matt Fernandez, despite the one run. I think it's been really, really good. Very pleased with how this has gone.
Charlie Condon swings at the first pitch, and it's grounder up the middle that gets through. Runner advances. Apodaca picks it up, keeps it in front. Falmouth, first two runners aboard, looking to respond to Archer's home run. Scott Bandura, the Princeton Tiger, back for his second time around. 0 for 1 on a fly out today. Fernandez checks his runners and deals it in there for strike one. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Bandura fouls it back into the netting. The count's 0-2, no outs. Runners on first and second. Here in the top of the fourth, bottom of the fourth, where YD leads the Commodores 5-1. Fernandez checks his runner on second. Delivers high for ball one. Fernandez taking his time up there, getting ready. Pitch on the way, Bandura, swing and a miss, but foul tip caught by Dykstra will send him back to the dugout. A strikeout for Fernandez.
That's a nice bounce back after a couple of just soft hit singles. Still nothing hard off Fernandez. Bloop shot, a little grounder up the middle. Really strong 4-pitch strikeout there on Bandura, and now he sets up a potential force-out double play to end the inning.
Ross Highfill takes ball 1 inside, also 0 for 1 with a fly out. Christian Martin, the runner on second. Charlie Condon, the runner on first. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Matthew Fernandez on the mound. Deals and fouled up the third baseline, strike 2.
Runners took off. See if maybe we see that double steal / hit and run call again from Jeff Trundy.
A bold call for sure from Trundy early on. The 1-1. Hit up towards short. Fielded. Vieira gets the out at second. Not a chance for a double play, but a solid play from Vieira nonetheless. So runners on the corners, 2 outs, as Charlie Condon reaches first on a fielder's choice. Excuse me, Ross Highfill on a fielder's choice. Charlie Condon thrown out at second. Strike 1 in there for Mike Handel. Fernandez checks his runner on first. Handel chops it up towards first. Fielded cleanly by Brady Day, and that will end the inning. We head to the top of the 5th. It's Perri, Kitei, and Luke West Poley. YD leads 5-1 here at Fuller Field. Back for the top of the 5th, and the day ends early for Tiger. We've got a new pitcher on the bump. It's Logan Van Treek, 6'5" out of Lipscomb, native of Lincoln, Nebraska. He faces Max Vieira, the shortstop. Vieira 1 for 2 today with a strikeout and a single. And he takes ball 1 low. Van Treek this is his first season playing summer ball. On the way, in the dirt, ball 2. 2-0 count, no outs here in the top of the 5th. Max Vieira at the plate, pitch on the way. Just kisses the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Van Treek taking his time. Deep breath, the pitch. Swung on sharply, sneaks through the 5-6 hole, and Vieira has another hit. The Red Sox have been batting up and down the lineup, but this middle group in particular, Vieira, Hines, and Christian, has been phenomenal.
Yeah, that part of the order has been very, very good. Another ball hit hard. Vieira gets it on the ground, sneaks it through, and brings up a very hot Hunter Hines behind him.
Check runner, first pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Van Treek targeting mostly low in the zone so far, has yet to miss high. He deals low again for ball 2. Vieira on first. It's 5-1 Red Sox in the top of the 5th. Small lead from Vieira, swinging his arms. Hines fouls it back into the net. Shadows covering about half of the field now as we've passed 7 o'clock p.m. This one will go under the lights. Pitch on the way. Hines takes high, ball 3. Just 76 miles per hour on that off speed.
It's a lefty breaking baller. Treek's got that slider curveball type piece.
The 3-1. Hines chops it foul and the count runs full. The payoff pitch hit sharply towards left center field, back to the wall, and the catch is made just before where the warning track would be if there was one. That's Tab Tracy making the play.
Wind helped him out a little bit. Hines just got underneath one. Got some pretty good exit velocity on that ball steal as it carried out towards left center, but that's a pretty deep part of the ballpark. The fence kind of juts out there in left center. Tough place to hit a homer in.
So 1 out in the top of the 5th. YD leads 5-1. Max Vieira on first. Runner goes. And the throw is held up. That ball was in the dirt. It would have been a tough play for Austin Kelly, and he opted not to try. Vieira advances on the stolen base. Jacob Christian at the plate. That was ball 1 to him. And ball 2 high comes in at 72 miles an hour from Van Treek. Vieira takes his lead on second. Van Treek not even looking back. The pause. The pitch. Runner goes again. Vieira towards third. The throw, not in time. 2 stolen bases in a row, and Max Vieira is on third in just 2 pitches of Jacob Christian's at-bat.
And this is going to force Falmouth now to bring their infield in. As Jeff Trundy has at his hand force. Commodores are going to have to come in on the edge of the grass here.
Counts 2-1 on Christian. 1 out. Swings and misses for strike 2. Casey Cook on deck, 0 for the day. Christian rounding his bat. The pitch, 5th inning at Fuller Field in Falmouth. Christian wiggling his hips a little bit to get into his stance. The 2-2 holds up, past ball, Vieira heading towards home. Doesn't even need to slide, so Vieira takes 3 bags on 2 stolen bases and a passed ball, and the Red Sox lead 6-1.
Sometimes, as a hitter, all you need to do is just stand there and take it. Christian hasn't had to put anything in play yet as the runner comes all the way around.
Full count to Christian. Payoff pitch, popped up into foul territory, might be a play on it. And there is none. The ball hits the ground. Bandura chasing after it. His hat fell off along the way, but couldn't make the play. Christian heading back to that righty batter's box.
That was an odd play. A pretty strong wind gust came in right when that ball was in midair, and it actually dropped a lot closer to the line than it looked like it was going to off the bat. Definitely some nervy moments there for the Falmouth outfield as that ball was just a couple feet foul. Looked like it was going to get into the bleachers initially.
Christian swings through, and he strikes out. Out number 2 of the inning brings up Casey Cook. The Tar Heel has not a hit on the day, a flyout and a strikeout. He faces Van Treek with the bases empty. The Red Sox lead 6-1, top of the 5th. Van Treek, the first pitch. Cook holds off, ball 1. The lights have turned on now at Fuller Field. Pitch on the way. Outside and low, ball 2. Cook hammers it towards center, trying to make a play on it, and he does. It's Tab Tracy. He ends the side. The YD Red Sox add another one without a hit in the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Michael Eze out of Georgetown back at the plate facing Matthew Fernandez, who's back for his 5th inning of work. First pitch on the way. Eze swings and it's grounded, just sneaks past Max Vieira, and that's a base hit for Eze.
It's been the bright spot for this Falmouth offense, has scored the only run for the Commodores, and now has one of just 3 Falmouth hits.
Hard hit ball in that 6th spot just sneaks past Vieira, who was shifted in towards second just a little bit. As a solid lead on first, Fernandez checks, throws the pitch, and Austin Kelly takes ball 1. Eze has now reached on both of his plate appearances with a walk and a single. Kelly 0 for 1. And he takes strike 1, 76-mile-an-hour off speed. The throw back to Fernandez goes over his head, but Brady Day right there.
And he backed up that throw because actually the Red Sox are shifted. He's playing directly behind the second base bag, and then there's 2 to the right side of the infield as well.
The 1-1, runner goes, throw on the way. Pass ball into center, runner heading towards third. Throw, not in time. Eze takes 2 bases. The throwdown attempt past Vieira into center field. Apodaca had a long way to go to collect it, and Eze didn't even slide into third base.
Yeah, it was unfortunate because of how much glove that got from Vieira, and it one-hopped. It didn't go too far into the outfield. That meant Apodaca, who was playing pretty deep, had to come really far in, and there just wasn't enough time to get Eze at third.
2 balls and a strike, pitch on the way. Fouled back into the net. The count runs 2-2. Austin Kelly, the catcher, batting in the 8th spot. Falmouth just in their 2nd time through the order here in the bottom of the 5th. Chops it foul up the first baseline. Eze heading for home on that, has to retreat to third base. Save for a few pass balls, Fernandez has been excellent through 4 innings so far. No outs yet. Runner on third. The pitch swung on sharply but foul towards the bleachers over here on the right side. Could have been dangerous, but didn't look like it hit anybody out there.
It's almost like a circle of people in that bleacher that it hit directly in the middle of.
Fernandez winds, deals in the dirt, and the count is full. Michael Eze on third. No outs for the Commodores here in the bottom of the 5th. The Red Sox lead 6-1 at Guy Fuller Field in Falmouth, Massachusetts. Austin Kelly looking for his first hit of the day. The payoff. Swung sharply towards the second baseman. Play comes home, but it's overthrown. Kelly holds up at first. Day tried to make the play at the plate. It was a hard hit ball. He certainly had the time, but an error, which has been plaguing YD through their first few games, brings a runner across and leaves Kelly safe on first.
Yeah, these 2 teams that are playing today, the 2 lowest fielding percentages in the Cape League through the first 4 game days. That's now the 3rd error across both teams. YD's got 2, Falmouth with 1.
A bunt laid down the third baseline. And another error. Mitch Voigt at third base, slipping on the grass. Can't handle that ball. And the Commodores, using the same strategy as the Red Sox, now have runners on first and second. Still no outs. The score is 6-2.
I think they might give Tracy the hit there. That ball was in a perfect spot. The reason Voigt slipped was he was just running so fast and had to barehand and just lost his balance. The barehand was the only play they had at it, and it looks like it's been scored a hit.
Runners on first and second. Fernandez checks, deals. Another bunt down the third baseline. Voigt picks it up, throw to first, and the runner is safe. Gavin Keelan beats it out down the line, loads the bases. Still no outs for the Commodores. And Fernandez now in a bit of a jam.
Yeah, this is a bit of a taste of their own medicine for YD. You remember back to that big inning that the Red Sox had in the third, and it was some small ball, some bunting, and now Falmouth responding with some of that of their own. Two near-perfect bunts from the 9-1 hitters in the order.
Christian Martin at the top of the order, back to the plate with the bases loaded. Takes a ball one low. Right now, he represents the tying run as the Red Sox lead the Commodores 6-2 in the bottom of the fifth. 2 errors for the Red Sox this inning. The 1-0 on the way. Floats outside the zone, ball 2.
Some stretching going on and some frantic movements, it looks like, in the YD bullpen.
The 2-0 finds the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Martin struck out in his first at-bat, singled in his second, 1 for 2 on the day. He has Kelly on third, Tracy on second, and Keelan on first. The pitch fouled up the first baseline, and the count's even at 2. Fernandez could record the first out of the inning, trying to prevent more runs from coming across. Shakes off a pitch. Nods. Deals. Fouled again. Some scattered cheers from the Falmouth dugout. Martin back in the box on that left side, facing the righty pitcher, Fernandez. The pitch, and swings and misses. Strike 3, Fernandez with a key strikeout. First out of the inning. Starting to work himself out of this jam with the bases loaded.
I was surprised to see there was no mound visit or anything after a pair of bunt hits to try and calm the pitcher down, and that's why Fernandez comes back and gets the strikeout.
Charlie Condon, the Georgia Bulldog, back for his third time around. Takes strike 1 at the bottom of the zone. Condon had an unbelievable season. He was named a finalist on June 9th for the Bobby Bragan National Collegiate Slugger Award. He was the National Freshman Hitter of the Year. Swings, chops it up, foul, down the third baseline. And he faces an 0-2 count. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. In the dirt for ball 1. Condon holds up a hand to stop his runners at third. Let him know that the stop was made by Dykstra behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded for the Falmouth Commodores here in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-2. And it's hit hard out towards left field, and it's a no-doubter home run for Charlie Condon. He clears the bases, and the game is tied 6-6. That ball off the bat, everyone in this stadium knew it was out of here. Lots of cheers coming from the Falmouth Park, and a monster hit at a critical time for Condon.
That ball was hammered. That's the hardest hit ball for sure we've seen all day, and no lead is safe as we've seen through the early part of this season as Falmouth puts up a 5 spot here in the 5th.
Ball 1 to Scott Bandura with the bases empty now. swings at a ball low, strike one. Definitely chasing, going golfing, even on that swing.
Hector Garcia in the YD bullpen, getting warm for what would be his first appearance.
Same pitch, down low, ball two. Bandura holds off this time. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Tie game here in Falmouth. It's 6-6. Bandura fouls it up the third baseline. The count's even at 2. The field completely in the shadows now as we approach nighttime. Fernandez, the pitch, swings and misses again. Strike number 3. 2 strikeouts on the inning for Fernandez. 2 outs for the Red Sox. Ross Highfill, the catcher, trying to extend the inning. He faces empty bases. Cleared by Condon's home run. And takes strike 1 down the middle.
Now I think you're just looking for Matt Fernandez to eat up the rest of this inning. Now that the pressure's off with no runners on base, just get the outs.
Big swing and a miss from Highfill. He's down 0-2. The 0-2. Outside, ball 1. Things are tied here at Fuller Field. It's 6-6. Red Sox and the Commodores in the bottom of the 5th. Ross Highfill at the plate. Hammers it towards left field. It drops fair. That's going to be at least 2. Archer chasing after it. Gets it in on the relay. And because of that quick relay and speed from Archer, Highfill gets just 1. The ball was actually dropped by Max Vieira, but he faked a throw to hold up the runner at first.
Yeah, I don't know if Highfill stumbled or what, but I think he would have made it with room to spare there, but just gets the single instead. Still a hard hit ball.
Mike Handel 0 for 2 today with 2 ground outs. First pitch on the way. Blooper towards shallow center field, and it drops in front of Apodaca. Runner advances to third. So Highfill on third, a single for Mike Handel. And all of a sudden, Falmouth threatening again.
Let's see how long YD lets Fernandez just wear this before we see someone out to the mound. And now we are going to see Scott Pickler up from his seat in the YD dugout. Gave up a rope down the line. That last one was just a broken bat pop-up to the perfect spot in center field, and it looks like there's some action over on the left side. Looks like maybe Garcia going to come into the game. Right now it's just a conversation for Scott Pickler.
Falmouth, one of few fields to have the bullpen not on the field. It's actually behind the outfield wall, which is shadowed from some fabric covering the fence, so it's tough to see into the bullpen. But we're not seeing anyone jog out on the field. Coach Pickler might let Fernandez keep riding this one out. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Highfill and Handel are those runners. Michael Eze at the plate
And
for
now,
his second time this inning.
yeah, now Pick's going to make the call. So he's going to bring in Hector Garcia, and that's going to be it for Matt Fernandez.
An unfortunate end to a fantastic start from Fernandez. Things are tied. We'll head to a quick break as Hector Garcia warms up. It's 6-6 in the bottom of the 5th here at Fuller Field. We're back in the bottom of the 5th. Hector Garcia on the mound, hoping to finish things here. 2 outs for the Red Sox. Things are tied 6-6. Garcia plays at Hope International University, an NAIA program. First pitch finds the zone at 79 miles an hour against Eze. Garcia, an interesting stance, a straight leg. He's a righty. Second pitch, Eze swings, and it's a liner caught by Mitch Voigt on the hot corner. That will end the inning. It's 6-6 as we head to the top of the 6th on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Top of the 6th at Fuller Field. Things are tied 6-6 as we've passed 7:30 p.m. Mitch Voigt, who just made the inning-ending play at third, up to bat for his 3rd time around, a strikeout and a flyout. And he takes strike 1. Still facing Logan Van Treek. Slow grounder up towards third, fielded by Eze, who makes the play. Out number 1. Slow roller, but Eze charged it. Immediate throw over to Condon, and Voigt headed back to the dugout. Connor Dykstra, the catcher, also 0 for 2 on the day, 2 strikeouts. Fouls this one way above our heads back into the woods over there. I don't imagine we'll be seeing that ball again. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out for Dykstra, the catcher. Batting in the 8th spot. Slow chopper, fielded, and the play is made. That was Logan Van Treek. Dykstra just missed where he wanted to hit it. Miss-hit ball kind of bounced in front of Van Treek, who charged it and makes the play over to Condon. And that's quick 2 outs for the Commodores.
Brings up Apodaca, who's looking to continue what has been a breakout in this game. He's already 2 for 2.
Apodaca takes ball 1. In that lefty batter's box, facing the lefty Van Treek. Second pitch, held swing, ball 2. Very solid day for Apodaca so far. The 2-0. Inside, ball 3.
Could be huge for Apodaca to try and draw this walk and flip this lineup to part of the order that has been very, very strong today.
Van Treek finds the zone for strike one. Apodaca held off, hoping for that walk. Counts 3-1, 2 outs. Things are quiet here at Fuller Field. Pitch on the way, fouled back into the wall, full count. Nathan Archer, the home run hitter, on deck for the Red Sox. Van Treek hoping to face the minimum. Commodores on the edge of the grass. The payoff pitch, fouled off his foot.
Just enough for Apodaca there. Was looking for something faster. That was a 78-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. Got it off the bottom of the bat.
Anything to stay alive. He'll face the 7th pitch of his at-bat. It's on the way. Flies it up and foul back into the woods. Steps back into that lefty batter's box. Van Treek stares him down, deals low, ball 4. So Apodaca 3 for 3 on plate appearances today, and that brings up Nathan Archer, who hit a monster home run to center. And he's 3 for 3 today with a single, a bunt, and a home run. He can do it all. And he steps into that lefty batter's box. Top of the lineup for YD. Score is 6-6 in the top of the 6th. Van Treek checks Apodaca at first. The pitch. Low, ball 1.
Obviously, you'd want the hit not only to get a chance at bringing you back out in front here from Archer, but also to just kind of take some of the air back out of this field. This Falmouth has built some momentum of their own.
Pitch on the way. Grounded. Fielded up towards second. Archer can't beat it out. Christian Martin to Condon. Makes the play. Ends the top of the 6th. No runs added for the Red Sox. The game is tied. Heading to the bottom of the 6th on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Austin Kelly walking up to the plate for the Commodores. Hector Garcia back on the mound. Retired things quickly after coming in relief of Matthew Fernandez. The pitcher out of Hope International University, a YD assistant coach, coaches there at the NAIA institution. His left leg straight, right leg bent. Hand behind his back. First pitch, outside, ball 1. He has such an interesting routine before that pitch. That once the ball is in the glove, he puts it next to his ear, almost as if he's sleeping on his hands. Before he brings it to his hip, winds, deals, swung, and fouled up the third base line.
Looks like Michael Jackson when he does the tiptoe thing. It's almost what he looks like when he comes set. He is exclusively out of the stretch. He throws with this same type of delivery, whether or not there are runners on base.
Kelly takes outside, ball 2. Yeah, there's definitely something theatrical about it. It's exactly the same each time. But whatever works, works, I guess. Garcia forces the swing and miss from Kelly, strike 2. Got him on the off speed, low in the zone. The 2-2. Flied out towards right, camped out under it. Casey Cook makes the play. Out number 1 for the Red Sox here in the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th.
Pretty short out there and right. That ball actually got semi-close to the wall. Definitely looked like a flyout. It's 3:20 down the lines here in Falmouth.
Brings up Tab Tracy in the 9 spot, the center fielder, Aggie. Takes strike 1, a 90-mile-an-hour fastball clips the bottom of that zone. Garcia throws. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Brought the high heat that time. Touched 90 on the fastball above the zone.
0-2 count, 1 out to Tab Tracy. Things are tied at 6 apiece in the bottom of the 6th here in Falmouth. Third pitch on the way. Fouled back. Just clips the top of the net. Almost made it over. The 0-2. Swing and a miss again, strike number 3. Hector Garcia records his first strikeout of the day, and the Red Sox have 2 outs.
And these hitters have had trouble timing up that off speed when he goes to it. He's gotten a couple really early swings, that being one of them. 80 miles an hour that time and just snuck it off the outside corner.
Back to the top of the lineup with Gavin Keelan. He's out in front of that as well, swings for strike 1. Keelan with a bunt single in his last at-bat. Garcia hurls. Grounded foul up the third base line. Garcia ahead in the count once again. Back in that stance, a leg straight. He's ready to pitch. The 0-2, high for ball 1. Counts 1-2, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. The score is tied 6-6 between the Red Sox and the Commodores. Hector Garcia on the mound. Facing Gavin Keelan. Swings, chopper up towards first base. Jacob Christian gets it, makes the play. Bobbled it slightly, but had the jump. Stepped on the base, and that ends the inning. We head to the top of the 7th. It's Perri, Kitei, and Luke West Poley on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network.
Top of the 7th inning, and a new pitcher takes the ball for Falmouth in a 6-6 game. We are deadlocked. Tucker Biven gets the call for the Commodores. He will face the 2-3-4 in the YD order. Day, Vieira, and Hines coming to the plate. Brady Day is 1 for 3 with a run scored. First pitch to him on the way. And it clips the corner for strike one. Tucker Biven just finished up his freshman year at Louisville. Native of New Albany, Indiana, just over the river, just about 10 minutes from UL's campus. 0-1 pitch. Sinks in the dirt for ball one.
And these next three in the lineup, Day, Vieira, and Hines, have all recorded at least one hit today.
From the windup, the 1-1 deal. Flown left side, tailing away from the field of play. This one's going to drop foul, making it 1-2. Biven throws a fastball with some sinking action and a slider that's classified as a wipeout slider. 1-2 pitch, here it comes. Just tapped foul. Through more innings than any freshman at UL this past season. Was an MLB draft prospect out of high school. From the wind, the 1-2. Lined up the middle, base hit. Trickling into center field, Brady Day's got his second base knock of the day. And that brings up Max Vieira.
Very solid contact from Day. Straight up the middle, flew over second base. And battling off those foul balls, has a runner on base for the Red Sox.
Max Vieira is 2 for 3. He's also scored 2 runs, both hits coming in his last 2 plate appearances. Runner on first with nobody out. Corner infield. Climbing its way in, snap throw to first, and a slide in safely. Brady Day getting some dirt on the jersey. Hunter Hines on deck for YD.
Day had 8 stolen bases this season for the Wildcats of Kansas State.
Choked up on the light tan bat. Vieira waits the pitch inside. 91 miles an hour that time. Ball one. The high maroon socks on the mound for Tucker Biven. Has the glove glued to his left shoulder. Nods and now sets just above the belt. The 1-0, uncorked. Lined right side, that's going to get down. Going from second to third, Day will reach there standing up. Throw splits the runners as it comes into second. And it's back-to-back singles to kick off the inning for YD. Max Vieira's got his 3rd hit of the day. And that puts him on the corners with nobody out, or the DH in Hunter Hines.
Again, this part of the lineup just coming through. 2 liners in a row, 2 no doubt base hits. That one had a lot of curve in the air as it headed towards right field. Solid hitting from the Red Sox in the top of the 7th.
Righty on lefty now from the stretch. The first pitch to Hines. Bounced in, knocked down with the chest. Runner bounding back and forth. Max Vieira retreats to first as it's recovered quickly by Austin Kelly.
Vieira definitely thought about taking second there after the hesitation. Played it safe, retreated back to first.
Hines at the plate is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a flyout. Runners on the corners and nobody out in a 6-6 game in the top of the 7th. One-0. Slides down low for ball 2. That was that fastball with some sink action to it. 2 balls and no strikes to Hunter Hines. We saw yesterday on the home run that came in the late innings in a similar situation. What can happen if you fall behind in a count against him? The 2-0 pitch. Runner goes. Pitches off the corner for a ball. Throw down to second's a bouncer, and the tag is late. Vieira in there safely. Day stays put on third, so no tricky stuff this time from Scott Pickler, just a straight-up steal. And that puts runners on second and third in a 3-0 count here against Hunter Hines.
That ball bounced on the dirt before Keelan could field it, giving Vieira just enough time to slide in there safely.
3-0 green light, grounded over to second. It's held by Martin, and he underhand flips, holding the runners in time for the out. So Hines gets permission to go swinging and just caught it off the end of the bat, and YD can't bring a run in. Runners stay put on second and third, and there's one gone in the top of the 7th now for Jacob Christian, who's searching for his first hit of the day.
We've been wondering if/when we would see that 3-0 green light, and no surprise, it's Hunter Hines, the big hitter, who had it. And brings up Jacob Christian.
Infield in for Falmouth. First pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. 84 miles an hour that time from Tucker Biven, who himself calls time and wants to talk to his catcher. The two will meet in between the mound and home plate and now have a chat as they walk back towards the mound. Second and third, one out in the top of the 7th. Our game is tied at 6. YD led this game 4-0. In the top of the 2nd, it was tied with 5 runs for Falmouth that came in the bottom of the 5th. No runs were scored in the 6th inning. We did not see a run for either team in the first 2 innings.
Second day in a row that the Red Sox have broken double-digit hits. They have 12 to the Commodores' 7 on the day.
1 ball, no strikes, still out of the stretch. The pitch to Christian. Breaking ball fouled off himself, and it's even at 1. Christian has been a pretty clutch hitter for YD. Has driven in a couple of runs on this young season. Ginormous lead on second base by Max Vieira, where no one is covering the bag. He's almost halfway to third. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Pulled the string on the off speed, 81 miles an hour, and Christian was way out in front. And it's 1-2. Christian adjusting the pant, now digs back in to the middle part of the right-handed swinging batter's box. Twirling the bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Biven hurls. Slow roller foul. Right in front of home plate. The spin just carried that one past the line on the left third base side.
Christian shaking his head a little bit after that. Not happy with the miscontact.
Ball in play could potentially score a run, but Falmouth does have their infield still on the edge of the grass. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Long hold from Biven. Takes a look at second, now third, now a breath. Here's the deal. Breaking ball away. Taken for ball 2.
Dangerous take from Christian, but he gets the call outside.
Count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This next part of the order for YD. Hitless all the way down until you get to the 9 spot in Enzo Apodaca. Currently the 5 hitter. And Jacob Christian up to the dish. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and pitch. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball in the dirt. And Christian goes chasing for strike 3. Second straight strikeout he's fell victim to. And now Casey Cook will be relied on for YD to bring these runs home with 2 outs in the 7th. See if there's any nibbling done here by Tucker Biven with that open first base. Although Casey Cook is hitless with a pair of flyouts bookending a strikeout. With the tan glove in his hand, a look into the sky from Biven. Now the first pitch. Breaking ball right down the chute for strike 1.
Cook 0 for 3 on the day with a 2 flyouts and a strikeout sandwiched in between.
Righty on lefty. The bat is corked back by Cook. Now he twirls it. Behind in the count 0-1. The delivery, home. It skips away, and the home plate umpire says it hit Casey Cook, and he will affirm that by tossing the bat aside. No real argument from him. That ball kicked away. YD for a second thought they might have stolen a run, but instead that will load the bases for Mitch Voigt, who's looking to snap an 0 for 3 day. Rather, now we're going to see a late pinch hit, and Voigt's going to come out in favor of Will King, who has been huge for YD so far this season. He's been their best hitter, batting .571 through this early part of the year. So this is a big decision. Mitch Voigt, a guy who's done stuff with his glove but has struggled at the plate today, taken out in favor of Will King, the catcher, who will pinch hit in his spot. Big spot, bases loaded, 2 outs. From the wind, the first pitch. Breaking ball taken right down the heart of the plate for strike 1.
King pinch hit in the bottom of the 8th in the Red Sox first game, came up huge in their attempt at a comeback, ultimately fell short, but he did his job.
Brought in 2 with a single. 0-1 offering. This one lined out into center field, coming in. That ball's going to drop for a base hit in front of Tracy. 1 run scores. The throw home, and it is in time. Oh my goodness, it's an 8-2 put out at home, and that retires the side in the top of the 7th. The Red Sox do get 1 that comes across on the play, but Tab Tracy guns a man down at the plate. And as we reach stretch time here from Falmouth, it's 7-6 YD on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 7th inning here from Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth. 7-6 our score. YD leading Falmouth, but it could have been an 8-6 game had it not been for the heroics of Tab Tracy. An 8-2 put out from center field at home to retire the top of the last inning. Hector Garcia retakes the mound for YD, and he faces off against Christian Martin in the bottom of the 7th. Third base in for the Red Sox, now occupied by Max Vieira. First pitch flies outside for ball 1. Some subs elsewhere to talk about, mentioning Vieira moving from short to third. Collier Cranford into the game in his spot at the shortstop position. Will King enters for Connor Dykstra behind the plate following his pinch hit single that drove in the go-ahead run. 1-0 pitch to Martin. Low and off the corner for ball 2. This is the second full inning of work that Garcia is out for. Second inning that he has started, I should say, after he got 1 out to end the 5th. Behind 2-0 here on Martin. The pitch. Breaking ball away, and it's 3 balls and no strikes.
Will King just has the clutch gene. He's 2 for 2 in pinch hitting situations with 3 RBIs.
3 balls and no strikes here to Martin, who's 1 for 3. Slow wind, and now the pitch. And that burns the outside part of the zone. 4 strike 1, 86 miles an hour. That time from Garcia, who might have taken a little bit off that fastball to just try and find the zone. YD shifted with 3 on the right side of the infield. The 3-1 pitch. Flown left side and foul out of play. And that fills the count. Lights are all the way on. An ominous-looking gray cloud has made its way over the field, surrounded by a ring of blue sky. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man in the bottom of the 7th, and Martin. The deal. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Breaking ball down in the dirt and away, and Christian Martin goes after it. It's a sombrero for him. That's his 3rd strikeout. And that brings up the first baseman who tied this game with 1 swing, Charlie Condon, who came up back in the 5th and hit a game-tying grand slam. Garcia still out of the stretch as he always does, with nobody on base and 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. The first pitch sits atop the zone and catches it for strike 1. Condon is 2 for 3 with a single, that grand slam, and a fly out to right back in the 1st. Has the bat at a tall angle in the righty box. The 0-1 offering. Swung on and missed. 76 miles an hour. Garcia's off-speed has really been good at getting swing and miss stuff here in his first appearance of the season for the Sox. Set at the head, he now brings down to the belt for the 0-2. Here comes. Flown up in the air, right side, giving chase. Jacob Christian has the room, and he makes the catch on the gravel warning track in front of the Falmouth dugout for out number 2.
That ball hung up in the air for so long. Christian had plenty of time to get underneath it. And again, Hector Garcia, so strong in his relief appearance so far.
So now Scott Bandura trying to break an 0 for 3 day. 2 outs and the base is empty. Vieira off the line at third base and a little bit in to the left-handed hitter. First pitch, check swing, tapped foul. Tried to pull it back, and as he was pulling his swing backward, the ball just found the bat. And so he falls behind 0-1. Garcia out of Hope International takes a breath. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball bounces off the plate, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's the first pitch to touch 80, and it's exactly 80 in the last 5.
The front foot offset towards first base. The knee lift, the 1-1. Check swing. Pitch misses atop the zone. Will King does not ask for an appeal to third base, so it will be 2 balls and 1 strike to Bandura. Right back to it, the pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. Just sunk that one below the zone, and Bandura was on top of it, and it's 2-2.
Bandura hoping to avoid going 0 for 4 on the day. A couple of flyouts and a strikeout.
2-2 the deal. Lined, 1 hopper over to second, fielded above the head by Day. Sidearms on to first, plenty of time to make the play for out number 3. We're through 7. It's been a wild one here from Falmouth. Red Sox 7, Commodores 6. You're listening to YD Baseball here on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Eighth inning here from Gov Fuller Field. Luke West Poley, Perri, Kitei alongside. 7-6 YD in front of Falmouth. We got some finagling around with the lineup for the Red Sox as Collier Cranford will hit in Connor Dykstra's spot. Still on the mound, Tucker Bivin deals the first pitch home and he hits him. So Collier Cranford came into the game as a defensive sub, only sees one pitch at the plate, and he wears it. And now this is a dangerous part of the order coming up. Apodaca will start it off in the 9 spot for YD, followed by Archer, Day, and Vieira.
Apodaca 2 for 2 today, 2 singles and a walk, has reached base in all 3 of his plate appearances.
Left-handed batter with the pine tar on the middle of the bat. Choked up noticeably about a couple inches on the bat. From the stretch, the first offering home. 90 mile an hour away for ball 1. So King batting 7th for Voigt, Cranford batting 8th for Dykstra. Now Apodaca back in his normal spot in the 9 hole. Top of the order on deck. A breath, a nod, and now the pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is taken outside for a ball. Throw down to second is a pretty good one, but sliding underneath the tag. Cranford is safe. So he swipes the bag, and he's into scoring position. Full command of this at-bat right now for Enzo Apodaca, who's ahead 2-0.
Very smooth head first slide from Cranford. Just sneaks a hand in there before Keelan could put on the tag.
Gonzaga Bulldog, Enzo Apodaca watches the corner infielders come in on him. Middle infield playing normally. The 2-0 will be delayed by a lazy pickoff move over to second base just to reset the pitch clock by Tucker Bivin. 2 balls and no strikes. 7 runs off 12 hits, 2 errors for YD. 6 runs off 7 hits, 1 error for the Commodores. YD looking to win on back-to-back days to even up their record at 500. The 2-0, Apodaca squares to bunt, pulls it back, pitch comes in on him for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Enzo. Looking over at Scott Pickler at third, who just kind of nods, doesn't really give him anything concrete in terms of signal. Choked up on the bat still. Saw a 3-0 green light already, the 3-0. Off the plate for ball 4. Austin Kelly did his best to try and frame that one on the upper outside corner. It was a very close pitch, but home plate umpire Rudy Fernbach not giving it to Tucker Bivin. And he's now given up 2 free passes to bring up the top of the order with nobody out and runners on first and second.
Archer's had a fantastic day, 3 for 4, a single bunt, home run, grounded out on his last at-bat.
Archer's 3 for 4. Corner infield still in, first base way in on the grass, Charlie Condon. Bunt is down in front of home, scooped up by Kelly. He throws to first, it's a high throw, but the stretch by Condon, he taps on the bag on the other side of the base in foul territory for the out. Runners move up 90 feet each. They're into second and third for Brady Day. If there's someone who is smaller than the massive stature, 6'6" over there on first base in Charlie Condon, that ball might have gotten away. Instead, it's a sac bunt for Nathan Archer, and Brady Day is at the plate. He's 2 for 4. Infield in for Falmouth. Pitching from the windup now. Bivin deals. Looper, left field, that's going to drop. Might have been caught it short if the infield wasn't in. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. The throw is not in time. Day moves up to second base. It's a 2 RBI single and some breathing room in the 8th for YD. It's now 9-6. That ball was hit pretty much exactly where the shortstop would stand if the infield was in its normal positions, but the infield was way in for Falmouth, and as a result, a little blooper for Brady Day brings in 2 more YD runs.
Bringing the infield in is always a dangerous decision. Falmouth took the consequences of that there. Max Vieira back at the plate.
Was thrown out at home to end the top of the 7th. First pitch on the way. Breaking ball, waved at and missed for strike 1. Tab Tracy out in center field delivered what, through the early part of the season, might have been the best defensive play we've seen, not only in games we've covered, but in the Cape League as a whole. An outfield assist from pretty deep out there in center. 0-1 to Vieira. He's got a thick knob on that bat. 2-step lead on second. Now the pitch. Fastball fouled back into the screen, and it's 0-2.
Vieira is also 3 for 4 on the day. He struck out in his first at-bat, 3 singles in his last 3. He's on fire.
It's moved over to third base in the field now, previously occupying short. Runner on second with 1 out, 9-6 YD in the 8th. The 0-2 just above the belt. Look at second now, home. The pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Bivin, who came in the 7th, now trying to work his way through the 8th. Falmouth bullpen is active with a righty pitching on the right side in foul territory. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Max Vieira. The knee lift and the pitch down in the dirt for ball 2, count even. Hunter Hines on deck, he's 2 for 4. Every single member of the YD order today has reached base, a Red Sox team that hasn't really felt like it. They've flown under the radar, but came into today with the 2nd best average in the entire league. 2-2 to Vieira. Runner bluffs. Slow chopper right of the mound coming over on it. Bivin scoops it up. Underhand flip 5 feet to first for the out. Runner moves from second to third. And there's 2 gone now in the 8th.
Vieira just missed on the contact with that. Bounced into the infield, about where a bunt would go. Fielded cleanly by Bivin over to Condon for out number 2.
Hunter Hines digging into the left-handed batter's box. Lights on in full force from the windup. The first pitch to him swung on and missed for strike 1, away from the end of the bat of Hines, who's hitless in his last 2 at-bats after starting 2 for 2. Runner on third, YD in front by 3. They've added 2 this inning. 0-1. Way up high and away. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. YD will be back at home tomorrow against Chatham, and then after that, an off day, followed by another home game against Harwich. 1-1. Sails up high for ball 2. Eric Hammond against Smith Pinson. Projected pitching matchup for tomorrow. 4:45 p.m. start. We'll have it here on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Come out to Red Wilson Field. 2 balls and 1 strike to Hines. The pitch, breaking ball right down the heart of the plate for strike 2. YD trying to get back to 500. Have a chance to get over that hump tomorrow going into the first off day of the season. 2-2. Just misses off the outside corner. Had some sinking action there, but just didn't duck into the back door of the zone. And the count is full to Hunter Hines. With the runner on third and 2 outs, runner bluffs for home. Now the pitch up high for ball 4. So Hines works the walk. Bivin, who is a right-handed pitcher, was facing third base, and Day, trying to mess with his head, took 2 steps with that pitch towards home. Might have worked as the pitch flew up high. Hines works his first walk of the game. He's on board for the 3rd time. And that puts runners on the corners for Jacob Christian, who's looking for his first hit. He's been hit by a pitch, flown out, struck out twice. They're on the corners with 2 out. First pitch to Christian, and it hits him on the shoulder. Keeled over, you could hear that one. Shaking out the left arm. He's hit for the 2nd time. Some jeers from the Falmouth dugout. I'm not sure if maybe a warning was issued. There were some folks that didn't seem to be too happy in the Falmouth dugout momentarily. Trainer's now going to come out to look at Jacob Christian, who's now been hit for the second time. So load the bases. He was keeled over in pain, just grimacing a bit, and now he's favoring his left hand. Trainer's testing some pressure points. Top of the 8th inning. Whitey's got the bases loaded with 2 out. They led this game 4-0, 5-1, and 6-1. The game was then tied up at 6. Whitey has scored 3 unanswered, including 2 in this inning. To set this lead at what it is now, Jacob Christian is going to trot this one off, stay in the game over to first base. Scott Pickler with a quick check on him. And the bases are loaded for Casey Cook. He's come up in a couple of pretty big spots in this game, including in the last inning. He came up with runners on base and was hit by a pitch. This time, Bivens got nowhere to put him. The bases are loaded with 2 outs. And the left-handed swinger out of North Carolina trying to blow this open for YD in the 8th. Working from the windup, Bivens lifts the knee and deals. Backdoors into the zone for strike 1.
Nice frame from Kelly behind the plate to put that up at the corner.
Bringing the glove over his face, twisting the ball, Tucker Bivens. Ready's up after the long hold. Now the pitch. Fastball zinged in there on the inside corner for strike 2. Kicks some dirt aside. Bivens trying to get out of this jam. Give his team a chance down to their final 6 outs. Here comes the delivery. 0-2. Slow roller foul. Right side that dribbles away from the line and over toward the Falmouth dugout. Will King on deck for YD. Feels like if he would come to the plate, we may have hit a breaking point by then. That would mean that Casey Cook has delivered at the plate for the Red Sox. Another 0-2 incoming. And time is called at the plate. This is something in the pitch clock era that has not been as common, where you see sort of a standoffish nature between pitcher and hitter, and a time call to break it up, something that you would see a lot more often in times of old before the pitch clock. Here comes the 0-2. Fired up high for ball 1. Snapping the glove at 90 miles an hour. Tucker Bivens now brings the glove back over the face. Nodding. He kicks and delivers outside. Ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bivens trying to get Casey Cook to chase, but now the count is even at 2. He cannot walk Cook with the bases loaded. 2 outs in the 8th in a 9-6 game led by the Red Sox. The wind, the fire. Popped up, foul, behind home and out of play. It was a breaking ball that did not have much on it. It was 80 miles an hour, was starting to break towards the top part of the zone, and Casey Cook, with a defensive swing, took that one out of the ballpark. Still 2-2. And pitch. Wrapped first base side, but foul.
Cook started off this at-bat watching 2 pitches go by, 2 strikes. Since then, he's now about to face his 8th pitch of the at-bat. The count's still 2-2 with 2 outs.
YD's got the bases loaded, up by 3 in the 8th. Bivens readying up. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball zinged up high, and it's ball 3. Runners will get a head start with the pitch. Bases loaded, 3-2, 2 outs in the 8th. The breaking point offering, here it comes. This one lined out into left center field, coming over on it. Tracy, this ball's going to get all the way to the wall in the gap. 1 run scores. Here comes the 2nd and the 3rd. And it's a bases clearing double for Casey Cook.
What an absolute battle from Cook. Goes down in the count 0-2. fights back, fouls some off, makes the count run full, and just to up the drama, hits it to the wall with a bases clearing 3 RBI double. And now the White Sox lead 12-6. They've doubled their run total.
YD with a 5 spot in the 8th to match Falmouth's 5 spot that tied this game back in inning number 5. Will King returns to the plate. He's 1 for 1, delivered that clutch pinch hit single that gave YD the lead again in the last inning. Choked way up on the bat, runner on second. First pitch to him. This one looped up in the air towards center field. Not much movement from Tracy. He lost it in the air. That's dropping for a base hit. Rounding third and coming in to score, Cook arrives at home standing up, and YD tacks on another. Will King just pumping the numbers. The RBI count continues to increase as Tracy, who made a phenomenal play last time King was up, just lost it in the lights. We saw that in the Super Regional yesterday. Stanford was sent to the College World Series on a similar type of play. Just a tough break for the Falmouth center fielder, and now we're going to see an infield meeting for the Commodores, with the Red Sox putting up a 6 spot, making this a 13-6 game in the top of the 8th. Collier Cranford getting his second lick at the plate, both coming in this inning. He was hit by a pitch to start this whole rally for YD, who have now out-hit Falmouth 15-7 and have outscored them 13-6. Mentioned there was a righty that was warming up. He's still out there in the Falmouth bullpen. Home plate umpire Rudy Fernbach has come out to the mound to try to break up this infield meeting that has taken some time. Everybody's still there for the Commodores. Might just be trying to stall for some time and let that pitcher get some more room to warm up. They are going to leave Bivin in the game as everyone trots back out to their respective positions. 2 outs in the 8th. Collier Cranford at the dish with a runner on first. Spins the bat with the black barrel. It's got a brown handle. Not sure if that's by design or if it just has a whole bunch of pine tar on it. First pitch from the stretch, down low, check swing to first. The appeal from Justin Sims says Collier Cranford did not go around, and it's ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes. Cranford twirling the bat up on his tiptoes and his front foot. The pitch. Fastball burns the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cranford. Got the start yesterday at short, went 1 for 4. Today, reached base on 1 plate appearance. 1-1 pitch, bounces down low for ball 2.
YD came into this inning leading 7-6, hoping to tack on some insurance runs, and they've done that with 6 of them. It's 13-6 now, still in the top of the 8th.
Cranford ahead 2-1, working from the front part of the righty box. Pitch, fastball low, ball 3. See how long the leash is following that infield meeting on Tucker Bivin, who has just had a lopsided spot put up on him during this YD rally in the 8th. 3-1, lined out right field, base hit, and this ball's going to split the gap and get to the wall. Will King is going to motor around third, and now he'll retreat as he gets the stop sign late from Scott Pickler into second safely. Collier Cranford has now got his first hit of the game, and YD does some more damage on the base pads, putting 2 more in scoring position for Enzo Apodaca, who's been swinging a hot bat and has had a very good eye as well, with walks in his last 2 at-bats, or plate appearances, I should say. And now we are going to see a coach out of the dugout, and Falmouth will call to their bullpen. YD's got some room to do even more damage, but this game has been blown open. 13-6, the Red Sox lead, and we'll tell you about a new pitcher when we come back. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape League Broadcast Network. back here at Gov Fuller Field. And in the top of the 8th, we'll get a new pitcher and a pinch hitter. Paul Bonzani is taking over for Falmouth with YD on top by 7, putting up 6 runs. The pinch hitter is Jimmy Evans, lefty on righty. The first pitch outside for ball 1, 92 miles an hour from Bonzani, a Southern Illinois Saluki out of Grapevine, Texas. Comes in a game that YD has blown open. 1-0 pitch, and that gets by. Nearly hit Evans, but he avoids it. Runners are both going to move up. King scores. Moving to third, Cranford stands up over there. And so that's another run for YD, who've now scored 7 here in the 8th. It's 14-6 Red Sox. Climbing back on the rubber. Behind in the count, 2-0. Bonzani eyes in on home. Winding, lifts the knee, now he deals. Fastball sprayed foul. 94 miles an hour that time, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Jimmy Evans just finished up an undergraduate career at Division III Tufts, transferring to Duke next season.
2-1 pitch, chopped foul right on top of home plate. Hit him while he was still in the box, so it's a foul ball, and it remains 2-2 now. It moves to, I should say, 14-6. The score here in the 8th. Evans pinch hitting in the 9 spot for Enzo Apodaca, who reaches base 4 times in all 4 plate appearances, 2 walks and 2 singles. The 2-2 offering on the way. Pumped foul into the screen behind home plate, and it's still 2-2.
This is not the first time Coach Pickler has pinch hit Evans. He's been struggling at the plate, but with this massive lead, Coach Pickler giving Evans the chance to show what he can do.
A windup, and now another 2-2 delivery. Breaking ball, backdoors in, called strike 3. Paul Bonzani gets Falmouth out of a disastrous 8th inning. YD leading by 8. We head to the home half. It's 14-6 Red Sox here on the Cape League Broadcast Network.
Where is he? Yes, he is. I see him.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Falmouth up to the plate, and this lead has grown a whole lot more than 1 inning ago. 14-6 is now our score as YD put up 7 in the top of the inning. Hector Garcia still out there for the Red Sox. First pitch rides up high to Ross Highfill for ball 1. Highfill 1 for 3 today. Singled in his most recent time up to the plate. Wiggling the bat in the righty box, the 1-0. Swung on and missed. 88 miles an hour pumped by him on the low part of the zone. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The last 7 batters that have come to the plate for Falmouth have been retired. That comes after they batted around in the 5th. Part of their big 5-run inning. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed in the breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Highfield, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, sporting his school colors here over the summer. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Garcia. Lifts the knee, now the pitch. Breaking piece in the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Faces his college teammate Hunter Hines on the Red Sox.
Hines, the DH today for YD. We'll be back at home tomorrow against the Chatham Anglers. 2-2 pitch home. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Just a stand in the box. Highfield, probably a bit of a breath after that one. That's just kind of how these late innings have gone for Falmouth. And there's 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th. That brings in Mike Handel. 1 for 3 on the day as well, with the bases empty and 1 out. Righty on lefty, first pitch home. Check swing. The check swing appeal to third says that Handel went around. King lost that ball in the dirt, and the dugout was yelling at him to appeal, and for good reason. That's strike 1. Garcia with the dramatic pose. Now the 0-1 offering. Breaking piece in the dirt, laying off. Handel evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. As mentioned, tomorrow, Eric Hammond likely getting the call for Chatham against Smith Pinson for YD. Hammond, the sophomore from USC. Smith Pinson, the sophomore from Kennesaw State. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mike Handel. And the pitch. Curveball in the dirt and no swing. 2 balls, 1 strike. Chatham fell to Hyannis 6-3 today. Now the 2-1. Swung on and missed up high. That evens the count, 2-2.
One of the faster pitches we've seen Garcia throw, that was at 86. For the most part, he's been using these off-speed pitches to great success.
Beg your pardon, Chatham playing Orleans tonight. That was yesterday that they fell to Hyannis. They're up 1-0 on the Firebirds. 2-2 pitch. Foul tipped, and it just pops out of the glove of Will King. And so the count stays 2-2. Wareham handing it to Harwich at home right now from Spillane Field. Gateman up 12-1. Katuitt leading Bourne in the top of the 9th from Doran Park, 1-0. Brewster taking down Hyannis earlier today, 4-2 from Stony Brook Field. The 2-2. Reached for, popped up, middle of the infield, coming over from short. Cranford is there. He makes the catch, 2 gone.
Good communication there between Goodman and Cranford. Cranford calling off Goodman, makes that catch just behind second base on the soft contact pop-up from Highfield.
That brings in Michael Eze, who was the spark for Falmouth offensively, scored their first run and then had the single in the 5th that got them going for that big inning. Lined out to third base his last time up. That was to end the 5th. Really a turning of the tides at that moment. First pitch to him, check swing, appeal to first. He went around, strike 1. That ball trickles away from Will King. But I mean, you think at the time they had runners on the corners, Falmouth did, with 2 outs in a game that they had just tied, and he hit a screamer over to third that was caught by Mitch Voigt. 0-1 on the way, and he lays off right down the plate for strike 2. But you think that ball gets by. All the momentum now is Falmouth's way. They have their first lead of the game, and we could be in an entirely different spot than where we are right now at 14-6 in favor of YD in the bottom of the 8th. 0-2, choking up a knuckle. Eze awaits the pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a foul tip. It's the chest protector of Will King.
It's been 2 days in a row now that the Red Sox took an early lead of more than 4 runs. The opposing team comes back, ties the game, and in both games, the Red Sox have responded. Yesterday, winning 8-6. Today, putting up 7 in the 8th inning. They lead 14-6 in the bottom of the 8th. An unbelievable response from the Red Sox lineup.
Still 0-2 to Eze. Here's the pitch. Fastball at the shoulders, taken for ball 1. So YD looking to take down a cross-divisional foe. They have played one West Division team thus far. That was Kitei. They lost that game. 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Every game for YD has felt winnable at one point or another. Haven't really been out of either of their 2 losses. 2-2 to Eze. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 78 miles an hour on the inside corner, and he can't connect. Hector Garcia is doing really well right now for YD out of the bullpen, and that ends the 8th inning. To the 9th we go. It's 14-6 Red Sox here on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Another pinch hitter coming up for YD here in the 9th. As it's Nick Mitchell that will hit for Nathan Archer. YD leading 14-6 following a 7-run top of the 8th inning. Paul Manzani back out there, winds up for the first offering. Here it comes, and it's off the corner. Lost out of the glove by Kelly, who was trying to field at an awkward angle. Takes for ball 1.
Manzani out of Southern Illinois was a 2023 Missouri Valley Conference honorable mention.
Listen, he deals the 1-0. Chin music leaning out of the way. It's taken for ball 2. Southern Illinois is one of my favorite Division I mascots. I made sure to shout them out when he came into the game. I love the Salukis. The 2-0. Fastball burns the middle of the zone for strike 1.
92 miles an hour on that one.
Guys had an interesting journey around. 2-1 pitch fired in. That clips the corner for a strike. Manzani, a native of Texas, playing at Southern Illinois, was initially signed out of high school to go to St. Edward's University, which is in Texas, and then ended up going the JUCO route to Weatherford College. 2-2. Mitchell slow grounds it over to second, takes an awkward hop there. Martin squeezes it, throws to first, 1 out. Scott Pickler emptying his bench. It's another pinch hitter. Johnny Pappas back to the plate. He will hit for Brady Day. Pappas at a Cal Poly Pomona. Started opening day for YD. First pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1. Senior from Chino, California. Was pinch hit for late in that opening day game against Harwich. That was when Will King hit that clutch 2 RBI single. 0-1. Breaking ball beneath the zone. Ball 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Down low for ball 2. Into the night. Temperature has dropped as it has pretty much every day here in the early part of this Cape League season. Crowd has thinned out considerably here at Gov Fuller Field. The 2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. 91 mile an hour fastball that Pappas couldn't connect with, and it's 2-2.
Pappas had a solid season at Cal Poly Pomona, batted .315.
2-2. Just off the corner. Austin Kelly getting ready to stand up, thought he had that call, but instead it fills the count. Another pinch hitter on deck for Scott Pickler and YD is Jack Goodman, who actually came on as a defensive sub, will be in. 3-2. Fouled off. Johnny Pappas defends and stays alive with the full count. Still 3-2. A breath from Bonzani. Here's the payoff. Called strike 3 in the outside corner. Pappas goes down on the backwards K. That's the second looking strikeout. The last 2 Ks have come that way. And there are 2 gone here in the 9th for YD. Jack Goodman up to the plate now. Local kid out of Pepperdine. First pitch to him is a breaking ball low for ball 1. Goodman, the native of Medfield, Massachusetts, tore up Massachusetts high school baseball as a senior before heading to the West Coast. 1-0 pitch. Clips the bottom part of the zone for strike 1.
Yeah, in high school, Goodman was the Boston Globe Player of the Year his senior year.
1-1, hacks at it and taps it foul. And it's 1-2. Hunter Hines will end the train of pinch hitters. That's 6 in a row, dating back to the last inning for Scott Pickler. 1-2 on the way. Down low for ball 2. I should clarify that that's 6 people that have been a pinch hitter at some point in this game. Will King pinch hit earlier in the game back in the 7th, but pinch hitters nonetheless for the bottom 3 and top 3 in the order. The middle 3, though, have really come through for YD when they've needed it. 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Goodman goes chasing down low, and the side is retired in the top of the 9th. We head to the home half. YD looks to improve to 500 when we return. It's 14-6 Red Sox here on the Cape League Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 9th inning here from Gov Fuller Field. 14-6 is our score with YD out in front And a new pitcher onto the mound, making his debut for YD, Leighton Finley out of the University of Georgia and Richmond Hill in the Peach State. Winds up and deals the first pitch to Austin Kelly that misses inside for ball one. So far in this game, Kelly has reached on a fielder's choice and has scored, but is 0 for 3. 1-0 pitch. Popped up in foul ground, out of play behind home. And that evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Finley, the tall stature out there on the mound. Righty on lefty, takes a long hold. Now winds and deals. 1-1 misses inside on the breaking ball, and it's 2 balls and a strike. So 2-1 to the tall standing catcher, Austin Kelly in the lefty box. The pitch, another breaking ball in the dirt that he lays off of. Back-to-back 78-mile-an-hour balls that miss the zone to make it 3 balls and 1 strike. Another long hold from the wind, kick and deal. Big swing and a foul back. So the count now makes its way to 3-2. Leighton Finley, the right-hander, eyeing in behind the plate of Will King. The payoff pitch, pumped foul.
Finley, a Georgia Bulldog and a Georgia native. This is his first appearance on the mound for the Red Sox this season.
Played last summer with the Savannah Bananas in the Coastal Plain League. Here comes another 3-2. Lined out into center, coming over on it, Nick Mitchell will drop in front of him for a base hit. Austin Kelly aboard for the second time. That's his first hit. And that brings in Tab Tracy. Leighton Finley this year in school ball, 2-2 for the Georgia Bulldogs, 6.26 ERA and 27 1/3 innings pitched. 21 appearances, 20 out of the bullpen. Collected 4 saves. Righty on lefty here with a runner on first and nobody out in the 9th. First pitch to Tab Tracy is a breaking ball. This one skitters away from Will King, but he scampers to it up the first base line, and the runner stays put on the base. 1 ball, no strikes. 31 strikeouts in 27 1/3 innings this spring for Leighton Finley. Had a 3.18 ERA for the Savannah Bananas last summer in the Coastal Plain League. 1-0 record as well. The 1-0 pitch. Grounded over to third, 2 ball. They get the lead runner at second, the turn to first, and it's not in time. Tab Tracy beats it out, some boos from the YD dugout, but they do get the lead. Trail runner is safe as Tracy reaches for the second time, this time on a fielder's choice. And we will get a pinch hitter for Falmouth as Harrison Povey at a Florida Gulf Coast hits in the spot previously held by Gavin Keelan at the top of the order. Runner on first, 1 out, YD in front comfortably, 14-6. Another righty on lefty. The first pitch and a sword swing around for strike 1.
I have to say, I'm not sure I agree with that call at first base. If there was a video review in this league, that might have been overturned, but the call on the field stands, so Tab Tracy, the base runner at first with 1 out.
0-1. Breaks below the zone for ball 1. Harrison Povey, left-handed hitter, right-handed batter, 6'4", 195 from Bel Air Bluffs, Florida. 1-1 pitch on the way. Hammered foul right into the ground. And it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Povey, who also pitches, making his 4th appearance of the season. 1-2. Breaking ball just ducks inside. Finley wanted the ring up, and it's 2-2. Member of the ASUN All-Second team, Harrison Povey at the plate. Was a freshman All-American back in 2022. 2-2 offering on the way. Swing and a miss. 92-mile-an-hour fastball challenging the hitter right over the zone, and Povey can't catch up to it. Falmouth down to their final out in the ninth. It's 14-6, and Christian Martin up to the dish.
Some might say ball don't lie for Leighton Finley there. 2 outs, just 1 left in the game.
Martin sees the first pitch, lifts it foul into the screen. So in line for the win, Hector Garcia. This is not a safe situation by any means for Leighton Finley, making his first appearance of the year. Coach's staff just wanting to get a chance to look at him.
Garcia, an unreal line out of the bullpen, did not allow a base runner in 2 1/3.
0-1. Flared foul on the left side and out of play. So 2 1/3 innings for Hector Garcia. No runs, no hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Not bad for the man out of Hope International. Not a lot of NAIA guys in this league, but Hector Garcia reps him well here tonight. 0-2 to Martin. Here it comes. Slow grounder foul. And we'll do it again. Some fans, I can only assume maybe YD faithful, clapping along, waiting for this final out. Over on the right side, the grassy hill. No balls, 2 strikes. Set from the stretch. Finley fires. Grounder up the middle, gets past Finley on the mound at second. The tag is applied as running into that ball. Brady Day puts it on Tab Tracy, and the ball game is over. YD had a huge lead. They lost it, but they explode for 7 runs in the 8th inning, and the Red Sox improved to 2-2 on the season as they collect a 14-6 victory on the road here at Gov Fuller Field over the Falmouth Commodores. Perri, offense has been very good earlier in games. You could say that has been a difference in these 2 wins for YD, except they've relinquished leads in both of their games. It's really been the answer in the late innings for the Red Sox in these back-to-back wins that have been huge for YD.
The Red Sox have been up and down out of the bullpen, but today Coach Pickler all over it, putting in Garcia once this game was tied. But I think it's more important how YD has responded the past 2 days. After their first 2 games, they were struggling at the plate. They could only put it in play in those late innings, but starting early today, hits all over the board, 16 hits on the day for 14 runs, and the Red Sox win this one by a lot.
By a lot indeed. YD improves to 2-2. They'll be back in action tomorrow at home, 4:45 start against the Chatham Anglers, and we'll be right here with coverage here on the Cape League Broadcast Network. We hope you can tune in then or show up tomorrow to Red Wilson Field and support YD. But tonight they improve to 2-2 on the season with a 14-6 win over the Falmouth Commodores. Thanks so much for tuning in from our partner Perri Kitei, our entire crew here at the YD Red Sox. We'll see you tomorrow. Final score, YD 14 and Falmouth 6.